everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for these really important conversations that we're having with lawmakers. I'm Scarlette, and I'm from a nonprofit called The Ring of Democracy. It's a ring like a boxing ring, and democracy as in everyone deserves a voice. And so we're here having these nonpartisan conversations with people. Our mission is to engage, educate, organize, and mobilize Black, brown, and historically marginalized communities so that we can all better advocate for themselves. And there's no other way to do that than to have these nonpartisan conversations and really get to know the candidates. So here we are. Today we have Gul Khan. Gul Khan is running for Folsom City Council.
That is correct.
Is that District 4? We also have an episode with his opponent, Barbara Leary. So stay tuned for that as well. So tell me, Gul Khan, who are you? Tell me a little bit about your personal background and who you are as a person other than just a candidate.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Gul Khan, and I've been a resident of Folsom for close to 15 years now. I moved from Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, to Folsom, California, and Folsom was my first city of choice to live in. Because of the same reason that most people actually move in here. Great school, great safety record, great parks and trails, and I moved here because of that reason. I was working at that time for HP, Hewlett Packard, as a IT professional senior project manager. I moved here and I instantly fell in love with the city. It was beautiful. I decided to raise my family over here as well. And when I was living over here, all my life I've been participating in multiple volunteer activities. So I've started taking part in volunteer activities like Folsom Fire Department as a volunteer, as first responder. I was working over there. I'm still member of Folsom High School Site Safety Committee. I'm involved with multiple initiatives of Homeless Feed the Hungry program and homeless shelter as well. So all these activities I have been involved over the past almost 15 years now. However, as many cities, all the other cities, Folsom also have challenges. And I see that my experience working with the state and local government for the last almost 18 years, I noticed that there are a lot of things that can be done, but Folsom is lacking in that one. The quality of life that we have over here, for which reason why we all moved here, we are losing that. We are looking at a fiscal deficit of about $5.25 million in future. That is something that is alarming. We have a retail theft, we have an issue of safety and security for our families and the kids. So these are all things that I see that these are challenging, and I do see that there are solutions available, but we are really not able to solve them. And for the last almost 5 years, I see a status quo, and that's why I decided to run.
Thank you. I really appreciate that answer. So it sounds like you have been volunteering in the community. How long have you lived in the area?
About 15 years.
About 15 years, okay.
Yep.
Great. Can you tell me a little bit about your vision to use technology to improve city processes and to promote transparency?
That's a great question. I am actually, in my race, I am the only one who actually have the great background in the technology. I own an IT company that I run as my profession, and I have a master's degree in computer sciences and bioinformatics. So this is my background, which I am. I have throughout my life I've been working in the technology companies as well. And what I am envisioning right now is that Folsom has been a great town. I always say that Folsom is the only town between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe that has all the amenities of a big city, but having the sanctity of a small town. So that's a great thing. But what we can do is that we can start using the technology to solve the problems. One example is traffic congestion is one of those issues that we have. A lot of people are saying that we have the same infrastructure that we have seen for the last 15 years, but our population has increased from 65,000 to over close to 90,000 now. How do we solve those? Traffic congestion is one of the major issues that we have to solve. we can use the technology that we can to leverage the technology and redirect the traffic where it is needed, and then so that we can ease up the load on the major intersections of Folsom that we have. Just a few weeks ago, I had an interview with Folsom Police Chief Hillman, and we were talking about what are the technology components we can use to help police department. And he mentioned that we are using, for example, right now, license plate readers automation process. So those are the cameras that we have right now. We are using them to solve the crime as well, and see what are the different type of people that are entering into Folsom and leaving the Folsom as well. We can use that. Another major breakthrough that we can bring to the city is during our last town hall, or you can even during our candidate forum meeting as well. A lot of candidates, they have mentioned having the roundabouts, or bringing in the roundabouts to solve the traffic problem. We can actually use the technology to solve the traffic problem instead of that one as well. And that's much cheaper and more cost effective and efficient as well.
It sounds like a lot of construction, and it sounds like a lot of cost.
That is correct. A lot of construction if you are building a roundabouts. A lot of cost if you are constructing the roundabouts. But using the sensors, using the traffic cameras as well, we already have our control room at the police department as well. They are already using the traffic controlling from there. All we have to do is we have to connect all these sensors, connect all the lights, and make sure that wherever the traffic is heavier, we can actually redirect it to the other places. That's a low-hanging fruit that we can use instead of really spending a lot of money, of taxpayer money, onto the building those additional construction.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be working with a lot of construction companies and a lot of businesses. Can you tell me a little bit about the changes that you would advocate for in the bidding process?
That's a great question. All these construction companies as well, by the way, they are great. They are also adopting the innovation as well. All we have to do is we have to make sure that they are aligned with our vision that we have and how we are trying to solve the problem. For the bidding process, if you look at it currently, we have recently seen a lot of different vendors who are coming in, and we have a pool of vendors who we allow them to actually bid into for any kind of new RFPs that we have. One of the things that we can do is that we can expand that bidding process. We can expand that our pool of vendors. We can use the CMAS as one of the vehicles that we have, or there are other vehicles as well that at the state level that we can use. If we expand that one, that will help us creating the competition and more innovative ideas as well. What happens right now is if we have a certain number of bidders available, and if we have a very limited pool of that, what they do is that they come in and they say, okay, this bid is mine, next bid is yours, the third one bid is his, and that's it. So what we are doing is right now we are actually not creating or promoting any kind of a competition, and the quality of the product. So these are the two things that can be achieved if we just expand it and we automate the process as well to look into it, that how we can evaluate them.
I see. So it sounds like there's going to be, if you're elected to city council, that there would be a lot of changes. It's a lot of construction. It's a lot of, a lot of money. What about the existing beauty of Folsom?
That's great question. So we are not talking about having more construction. We are talking about making the current construction that is already approved more efficient. So what I'm bringing to the table is the efficiency that we have. I'm not advocating that we need to have more and more construction or start building unlimited more housing or anything new. However, as far as the infrastructure is concerned, we do need to build that infrastructure. We already have an expansion on our Folsom Boulevard that is happening for the last few months as well already. So that's already in progress. So those are the things that need to happen. At the same time, we need to bring in more efficiency so that we can save taxpayers money and still get more quality into the product for products as well, that we are products and services that we are getting for them. And the current beauty that we have, that's exactly the job that I would say that when I come in, one of the things that I want to look into it is from our planning commission, that how we are actually making sure that we are allowing the new constructions, if it is happening, where it is happening, what is, because I am a big proponent of green energy and having open spaces. So those are the things that I love about Folsom. That's the reason why I moved here, because I don't want to live in a concrete jungle. I want to live in a place where we can go and enjoy the trails. I'm still almost every other week I'm at the Folsom Lake. I enjoy that one as well. All the other green spaces as well that we have. So those are the things that we need to preserve, and that's the main thing. That's the main purpose, that we need to make sure when we are talking to the construction companies, we need to make sure that they are preserving them and they are fulfilling their promises what they during the bidding process what they do, and the planning process as well.
It sounds like you have some specific initiatives. It sounds like you have a long-term plan, just in general. Can you just expand on that? Like, what is your vision?
So my vision for Folsom is very simple. The quality of life that we had about 10 years ago, and with the expansion of the city that has happened from 65,000 to close to 90,000, and it's not going to stop. It's going to continue to grow. Just like when I moved here because of the quality of life. Then other people are also going to move here because it's a great city to live in and raise their family and do the business. That's the quality of life I want to maintain in the next 5 years. I want to make sure that in the next 5 years people are really enjoying over here. They feel safe. There's less homelessness right now. It is going controlled as of now. We don't have any type of a fiscal deficit. If we have right now the fiscal issues that the ones that you have, we need to make sure that we put a lid to that one and start living within our own means instead of asking more money from the people. Because the last thing I want is asking people that, hey, keep giving me more money, because I, as a council member, was not able to do my job well. So that's the thing, that we need to make sure that we can start living within our own means. We start maintaining our own amenities and the facilities that we have. We can use the public-private partnership to bring in more money and more revenue to the city of Folsom. And those are the things that we have, and we can do that easily, which right now there are very few attention to be paid, being paid to that side as well. So these are the things that I want to bring in, and that's why I am coming in. My motto is that I bring in innovation and home-driven solutions. So these are the solutions specific to Folsom, but at the same time I bring in more innovation to the city that is going to help us.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking this time and sitting down with us. I'm going to give you an opportunity to give your pitch straight to the voters. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
Sure. Again, the very simple that I am a long-term resident of Folsom. I have raised my family over here. I live here, and I do my business as well over here. So I have a bigger stake in the Folsom. If Folsom, the quality of life we want to maintain, if you want to maintain the quality of life, you want to make sure that your kids and your families are safe, you want to make sure that you have your budget and the money that you give as a taxpayer that is being spent responsibly, and we can do more job growth, then I am the resource, I am the person who can actually bring that change to the city of Folsom. My background with the state and local government and working with the city over the past 15 years, you can look me up onto my website. My website address is khanforfolsom.com. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us. We really appreciate your perspective.
Sure. Thank you very much.
All right. Join us for more interviews right here on Access Sacramento and on our YouTube channel, on Instagram and Facebook at The Ring of Democracy. Thanks so much.